Hey guys, this is Georgia Darling 555. Now I'm coming up on some really interesting energy for you guys. Now, I guess I'll just start with the automatic writing that I did. So, y'all come eat. Southern Belle, Soulful, Jupiter. So, as I was writing this, the sun was coming in a certain way. That must have been my ring that was reflecting onto the paper. But it looked very matrixy, like I don't have a dollar on me right now, but if you look at a dollar bill, there's a section of it that is almost like has like a web, like matrixy looking section that's very detailed and like almost like the fabric of time. I guess I could draw it a little bit, maybe. I'm not drawing it right, but that's a terrible drawing of that. But maybe you'll know what I mean. So my ring, I'm guessing it was my ring, was reflecting onto the paper, and it was so detailed and so beautiful. It was like light language. So right now we're in solar maximum, right? And I swear to it that I've been seeing the sun in this different way where I'm able to sense that it's stronger than ever. And it kind of gives me an energy that is like anxiety inducing a little bit. But I can tell that other people are feeling it and reacting to it, but they just don't know. I feel like I know. And it's almost like this white, purpley, violet light that I'm able to see a frequency of. And it's so strong that it's kind of blinding to me, but also very very it tells me to go inward. It tells me that there's a message. It tells me that there's something going on. It tells me that something is different. And I also, right before I started filming this, there's the tiniest little ladybug on my desk right now. And I guess I'll show you a picture. I don't feel like messing up the camera right now. But anyways, so light language, illumination, and it also looked like, I don't know if you guys ever seen, maybe look it up if you haven't, Lucas the spider. It's like, hi, my name is Lucas. It's like the cutest little spider. It's got all the eyes, and it's just what you really kind of hope a spider would look like or sound like. Really makes them seem less threatening. Hi, I'm Lucas. So, anyways, magnified lace. It also, because it looked like lace, also reminded me of the iris of an eye and the matrix within the iris of the eye. And it kind of looks like it keeps going and going. It's just infinite. I wrote infinite webbing. Dollar bill matrix. Also remind me a bit of an ultrasound or an x-ray. And to me, that's saying it's wanting us to really get to understand something, um, look further, to see things that we thought we understood, but on closer look, we understand a whole lot better. Maybe, or maybe it just lends us to more questions than any answers we might have had. But for some reason, that's warranted, and I don't think it's not, to me, from like X-ray ultrasound from a health standpoint. Um, Again, that has nothing to do with following up with your doctors and your own health. But the message I'm getting is more metaphorical. Look deeper. Maybe start questioning things. If anything, maybe nothing's really being illuminated right now, but maybe spirit is asking us to start questioning what we think we know. I might light a little candle here. Okay, so I got one of these cards down here. So I was shuffling these earlier, and I actually pulled this card the other day, the mentor. So 6 owl. And it's interesting because when I said Lucas the spider, I was kind of seeing eyes, like the reflection onto my paper is very much black and, like a black and white, but like gray white. And those remind me of the eyes, because there were just these like circles or holes that were very eye-like, or like a crevice or space, but looks a lot like that. Mentor. So maybe spirit is a mentor right now in wanting us, you, to learn something. To learn something very well, to master it. I saw 747 right when I said that. Yes, I was saying that. So let's see. Four of Wands. The spirit want you to struggling. Give me a sec. Okay. I'm going to look in the, I know the general, it's going to say the general meaning of the Four Wands, but I do like to look in the guidebook every now and then, because I feel like they tend to have specific wording that's kind of unique to the deck. Life is worth celebrating. After all, what is all this hard work for if we can't celebrate even the smallest victories? Something tells me this is going to be like a long process of learning and mentoring. Take a moment to consider the structure surrounding this card. It reveals that we're part of the greater whole. How does our success affect the world around us? Build up these strong foundations through what's true in our hearts, because that's what drives our passions. Sacred pause. Celebration, community, union. So we're taking a pause to join up with spirit. to build a foundation to learn. I'm not sure I'm not sure we're even ready to know yet, but we have to be ready to learn. And we might, it is not to say that some people aren't ready to know yet. It's just the vast nature of this, and I feel like it's going to be information that is like meaning of life kind of shit, you know? Very, very deep, very groundbreaking. And I think that one day it's going to lead to a change in the way that humanity sees everything and addresses the entire world and what is happening to it. Even to do with when the sun is going to go supermassive and then eventually die out on us. Stuff like that. When we collide with Andromeda. Just big things that humanity, we're going to have to come together in order to figure out how to preserve humanity. And that's just something that's so big, you know. I mean, well, we've all seen the movies, I'm sure. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure something out here. And right now, what we're doing isn't gonna work. That's my personal opinion. So then I decided to do some automatic drawing for you guys. And I've been getting this image. And it's really quite beautiful. So, here we go. So it's the whale tails. So first it was drew the sun. I drew this first, then overlapped it, and then it kind of did this. And then he gave me the whale tail. And then put one in the distance, one in the forefront. And then if you see here, this to me looks like music notes, like a staff. Music notes. Of course, not drawn accurately. I don't. I learned music as a kid, but I just can't remember what it was trying to get me to draw. It just sort of looks like. So, you know, whales have a lot to do with song, communication, and it's also, they're very ancient. It's an ancient language, just like the sun. Light language is so ancient. So now talking about the sun burning out, and talking about that ancient quality of the sun, but it's not infinite in the way that we know it, in the way that it's going to be life sustaining without our intervention. So I know this is kind of going off on the little woo side of things, but I'm all about it. And the whale song, this the really intricate language that we can't really understand from a human perspective, but it's so ancient and so intricate and so meaningful in ways that we can't understand because we are in our technological world, in our world where we worry about aesthetics and comfort and opinions and advancing technologically and socially. using technology. So if we use that ancient wisdom of the whale, I think there's a deeper wisdom that is as valuable as our own and as intricate and complex. Maybe we need to listen to it a little more. Maybe we need to try to understand what they are communicating to each other and maybe to us. Maybe they have the answers. Maybe they have something that's going to cue us into the answers on how to save humanity eventually. Not to say that, not fear mongering. I mean, every movie out there right now is kind of fear inducing, but it is what it is, right? Maybe Andromeda will hit at the perfect time, and then a perfect sized star will end up right where we need it. Wouldn't that be amazing? It would be. And you know, enough amazing things have happened, like lining up, like just the way Earth formed so perfectly with the rotations and the coalescing of matter and the timing of it so that the sun is right where it is and then the moon is so perfectly right where it is to create a setting in which life was made possible here. It's miraculous, right? Or how the earth and the sun and the moon can line up so perfectly where it totally eclipses the sun or the moon. How amazing is that? Like, so amazing. So it's just like, what's that saying? I've seen crazier things. I've seen, I don't know, I can't think of it. Anyway, so let's keep going here. So on that whale song, in the spirit of that, I am going to pick a card from underwater, sea, whatever, ocean, blah blah. I'll put the name of the text in the description because my memory for that kind of stuff is just, it's not really there. So I've already pre-shuffled everything, but these cards are so big, it's so hard for me to shuffle with my little baby hands. So we got number 11, Persistent Drive. Let's see. So, see what you desire and move toward that goal. It is time to zero in on your purpose. Use your intuition and instincts to guide you for the optimal outcome. So that kind of feels like that going to that instinctual side of like the ancient world, what we evolved from, the whale call, the whale song, that communication, that very intricate, complex life form of communication that humans have either turned off the ability to recognize or to interpret, to let in other forms of communication and survival, and not even just survival, advancement and moving beyond survival. in a sense. Especially in the last decade or 50 years. So I think that's where, see what you desire and move toward that goal. I think that's where humans coming together for that common goal is going to be very important. There's going to have to be a persistent drive as a whole. 11, think of the number 11 paired up, unity, coming together, foundation. We're going to need that foundation. And it's going to have to be strong, and it's going to have to last millions of years to get this taken care of. And again, this, I don't mean to get too out there, but that's what's coming through. And it's quite amazing, actually. I love it. So let's get one more from this deck. More information on this. We need to know what the collective needs to know. What this message is for. We should probably hold on. You're so big. He doesn't want me to pick one of these. I think I'm going to go with I forget what these are called, but they're so cute. Again, I already shuffled these, but let's do some more. Some more information here for the collective. What is this goal that we're moving towards for this particular collective? We got the Four of Wands, persistent drive 11, and we got the 6, the mentor, the owl, and in the setting of outer space. And right above me, I actually have a framed picture of the Milky Way and Andromeda, or perceived picture of Andromeda and the Milky Way right next to each other. Okay. What is this goal? What does the collective need to know? More information, clarification, guidance. Okay, so we got number 24. That's one of my numbers. Support. Don't you know we're all gonna have to come together on this, you know? Look at this police officer just, you know, walking her dog, holding all her toys, smiling. She's kind of sassy though. But I think this might also be speaking on the need, not the need, but the power that women are going to have or do have. And I'm not just saying just women, just the feminine power, whether you're male or female, the power, feminine power that is going to be necessary to get everybody to come together for the common goal. I do think that's a very feminine aspect, and we're going to need that. It's going to be massive, you know? So we're going to need that support. We're going to need the feminine and masculine to come together. And I think that women, females, even if it's, I feel like we're gonna have to really step into our power, the power that is already within us. And that kind of brings me back to the whale song and the way the female, I watched a documentary once about the female whales and the certain ways about them that were so important to the life and survival of, are they pods? I don't know. Um, to the family and the survival of their families. And so important in the way that they communicate with other families, groups, outsiders, in a way that ensure the survival of their family. And even if that meant joining another family, when things became desperate and that was the last resort. Survival, even if it came down to the individual. So I don't know if I'm making too much sense here, but then, so with that, we also got, so I'm just having a hard time with this hearing thing, but victory, 28. So older female, right? Elderly female, ancient wisdom, feminine wisdom, creator of life, but also maintainer of life, and almost like the liaison between the masses, the individuals, the groups, the families, where the main focus might have been my family, myself, and she's going to be the one to say, to have to convince everybody that we don't understand this in a way that's going to be beneficial. We kind of going back to the x-ray thing, the ultrasound, getting to know something a little bit deeper, and again, something that's kind of very, very big and hard for us to conceptualize right now. But she, in more of an archetype kind of way, is going to be like the mother. The crone is going to be sorry, I'm just People are going to look at her getting all the strikes, maxing out the score, like, oh my gosh, how did she get? I don't remember what the scores are like for bowling, but I'm terrible at it because I'm left and right handed, and I write with my left hand but do a lot of other things in there, so I can't figure out when I'm bowling which hand to use, and it takes me the whole time to figure it out if I even do. So I'm terrible. But anyways, and everyone's gonna look at her and be like, she knows something, you know? And there's gonna be a time when people are gonna be in a more desperate way of thinking. They're gonna say, wait, hold on. We gotta listen to her. She's getting, she's winning every single game. No one can touch her. What does she know? What does she know, and how can we know it? Let her be the mentor. So then the last one, romance. This is a tough one, but what I'm getting the most is humanity is going to have to fall in love with this way of being, this way of thinking, this new learning, this common goal, this mentorship. It's going to have to be like how romance and love is often just a major motivator for people, or it really is, has such an impact on every part of life, because it becomes, we're socialized to believe that it's a major life goal is to find love. um, whether that is true or not, whether that is, all I know is that our humanity has wired the brain to prioritize love and finding that one soul connection, but it's usually um, between lovers. That traditional get married, have kids, adopt kids, foster kids, live together. Traditionally, monogamous relationships, um, lifelong bond. That's a joke. Widow club over here. Sorry to all you widows out there, it sucks. Um, so we're gonna have to fall in love with this. We're gonna have to fall in love with finding a solution for humanity. We're gonna have to fall in love with learning and becoming heroes, each and every one of us, and to face this thing head on, because it is a fucking force, right? My word. And it's something that I probably would have gotten anxious about a lot, especially, before my husband died last May. Oh, 9 months ago today. Cute. I love anniversaries. So, yeah, so something I probably would have feared a lot more back then, but I've become much stronger, much more spiritual, and knowing and understanding that there's a lot that we don't know and understand, and that's okay. And I feel safe in that. That pain really is an illusion. One that's needed for humanity, because pain tells us that we're not safe, our physical bodies aren't safe. So aside from that, I do think that pain is an illusion, and that we can talk ourselves through this perceived physical pain that our brain is sending signals about, and we can greatly affect the level of pain, whether it's that we're actually changing the way we process it and get through it, or if it's showing us that it's actually not, that it's actually something that's more illusory, I don't know, or loose, that we can actually somehow, with the cells of our body and the energy that we bring through it, kind of like Reiki, and the idea of healing with the mind, Reiki healing, that each cell of the body is affected by the energy in and out. Even thought processes. Thoughts are energy. Thought is energy. Brain activity is energy, and that we have the power to control that with the energy we put in, and are willing to accept training ourselves and the mentor. And look, breakthrough 34, and look at that mother, that crone, that ancient symbol of wisdom right there. Breakthrough. Aha. She's the one. She knows it all. She can do it all. She's gonna do it sitting down, She packed a friggin' chair, Preparation. Oh, one thing my husband used to say, because his grandfather used to say this, the 5 P's of, I can't think, but it's prior preparation prevents piss poor production. Some people use another word other than production, but the one that he used is production. I guess it's common, I think, in England or the UK, something that's used a lot, but it's a very military saying. Prior preparation prevents piss poor production. So my husband always liked to be prepared, except for when he, left this world. Well, I guess never mind. Not getting into it. When he was well, mentally well, when he was mentally well and healthy, he had a very militant frame of mind in order to get things done, in order to be successful and to complete tasks and to follow through with integrity. So maybe a million years from now, we'll be using those P's as ancient wisdom with a classy reference to piss. Yeah, I love it. So, we got 39 minutes. grab this deck right here. Habitat deck. This seems fitting. I know this is deep, you guys. And I have ADHD, and sometimes it's hard for me to see when there's no like immediate reward. It's very hard for me to have any dopamine in order to complete a task. So that's another thing that's probably gonna come to the forefront, is how we are going to use the chemical makeup in our brain. Dopamine, norepinephrine, serotonin, all those like reward system chemicals in the brain that helps, that allows humans to get anything done. Anything. What ways are we going to be able to either control those things better? Scientific advances, medications, just research that's going to help us to understand that better, or to figure out the secret to it. Maybe how we could use our own thoughts to control that, right? Okay, let's see. More information here. So we got like what are those, what's that called? The oh my gosh. Like Florida or Georgia. I'm terrible with my memory. But it's this very particular habitat. With the way that the water inlets in the Mississippi River, I think. Crocodiles are alligators, crocodiles, I'm sorry, whatever they are, ancient. They're freaking dinosaurs, right? And then you've got the trees changing. They seem to be changing colors, which I don't even know if they do that in that area, but just think about that cycle of life and renewal and ancient processes and survival. Like alligators, crocodiles, they survived. The survivors, right? So how are we going to adapt to survive? Again, it's a big project. It's a big concept. That twisting of the tree, how are we going to twist and morph and exist? We'll be ancient creatures by then, you know? Millions of years old. Humanity. I love it. Everybody's standing around this tree, the sequoias or redwoods. Kind of looks like it's been stripped of its bark, but it's like they're protecting it. They're protecting that ancient wisdom. The twisting, and the twisting like in the other card. You know, like you could see like a juxtaposition here, like crocodile, alligator, whatever it is, and the trees working together synergistically to protect each other, to figure it out. We're going to be figuring it out with other ancient creatures, beings, life forms. Tree of life. Thousands and thousands of years old, these trees. We are going to need to protect ancient forms of knowing things, learning things. Kind of surrender to knowing that we don't know the complexities of the knowledge of other life forms. And by doing that, we're going to be able to come together, hold hands, not fight and be at each other's throats. Get away from that war mentality, that battle mentality, that you know, the idea that we are the world, we are the world, we are the world. The answer is simpler and more complex than we ever thought. I was gonna do something. Sorry, having a little. Let's do these. Closing thoughts, the collective, what to do, what we can do now. What we can do now, because this is very, very, very vast, very complex and conceptual way of thinking, that at the same time, one day at a time, right? So what can we do today, this week, now, that'll get us to this almost unthinkable, unfathomable togetherness and common goal? Fighting in reverse. I just said that. More battle. Ain't gonna get anywhere if we're killing each other. If we end ourselves. It's all red-eyed, white knuckles. For what? It just reminds me of that who's that scientist? Pale blue dot. It's like on the tip of my tongue. I'm not gonna be able to think of it right now. Just the insignificant, how insignificant it seems to just be fighting and killing each other when seen from so many millions of light years away, or whatever, however far it is. We're just a pale blue dot, yet entire lives and cultures lived and died, civilizations lived and died. People killed in battles, and hearts broken, and families torn apart, and tragedy and suffering. And we can't even see it from that. It just looks like a pale blue dot. Okay, what else can we do today? So stop fighting right away. Stop fighting. And we know that that is a much more complex problem than easier said than done, right? But it starts with small changes. So this is the harmony card. It seemed like it came in reversed, but in reverse, I feel like it's kind of saying change our way of thinking about what harmony is. Go from reframe what harmony is. Is harmony, oh, my family is safe, or is harmony, humanity is safe? Not even just humanity. Even like the dolphins, that ancient wisdom. We don't want all our life forms to die. You know, we want to sustain. We want to sustain life, right? Not even just humanity. That's how big this is going to be. It's going to be just life. Yeah, yeah. 10. Okay. Last two. Maturity. That mother crone, right? That ancient maturity. And then see how she's all flowers? She's every color, she's every chakra aligned. Mature wisdom. You got that serpent. And then we've got flowering, which I think is equal to the Empress. Flowering. She's the epitome of flowering, right? This mature woman. You start to flower. You are able to create life, sustain life, be a vessel for life, and you are becoming that mature woman who is going to become the mentor, become the problem solver, become the one working with all the others to, one day at a time, one breath at a time, find a solution for this major problem that's very long down the road. You know, no fear. Spirit has us. There's so much more than we can fathom. The universe is so unknown and vast, and you just have to have a faith that there's more than we know. There's more than we can even perceive right now. And, you know, we have to be brave for the ones who have gone before us, the loved ones we lost, the battles that were fought, the blood that was shed, the pain that was suffered in any form, illness, violence, mental illness, and be brave and do this in their honor and their memory. Make them a part of that ancient wisdom that was there before, that came before us. So no fear. No fear. I'm at peace with the secrets of the universe. Right in this moment, I am. Okay. I think that's it. I'm going to work on some. For anybody who needs to hear this, make that phone call. It'll take you less than 5 minutes, even if it takes you 20 minutes. Just do it. make the phone call, do the thing that you've been holding off doing because it makes you anxious or it kind of makes you spiral into different thoughts. Just do it, okay? I'm going to go research something and contact an office. And I'm just going to do that right after this, okay? I'm going to get it done because it's what I need to do. I've been putting it off. I'm going to do it. You're going to go do your thing. And we're going to be free of fear today, okay? All right. I love you. Bye.